So, Meredith and Eddie, first of all, I'd like to say I'm so excited to be at your wedding today. And I just have a few words to say, mostly about Meredith. Meredith and I met about 10 years ago doing Nifty, which is kind of like youth group. And I've known Meredith for a while, and I must say that throughout Nifty and college, Meredith has dated a lot of people. But back around spring of '04, I heard about Eddie, and I knew that this guy was a good guy, because this guy wasn't one of Meredith's many flings. This guy was a keeper, and I'd just like to say mazel tov to you both, and I'm so happy that you finally found the right one after many wrong ones. So I'm so happy for you both, and I hope you continue to have a wonderful, beautiful life together with many simchas, and enjoy.
Mom always said they were going to Eva, but I guess he works too. So, I've known you for pretty much all my life. And when I was younger, you used to consider me a leech. You know, a leech, rat boy, spud, I don't know, I can go all day with these nicknames. But most importantly, brother. I don't know, when I was younger, I used to like to hang out with you and your friends, and used to find it annoying, but as we grew older, I don't know, I think we matured pretty quickly. You know, as long as I can remember, we've been, more than, I've been more than a pest to you. You've been one of my best friends. You have engaged me, you've been not only there for me, but you've been really including me with your friends, and I don't know, I feel a really deep connection. And a wise woman once said, it's one thing, with family that you love them. I really like you. That wise woman was your mother. Sorry to embarrass you, Mom. So, yeah, I mean, I can't remember when the last time we fought is, but, as long as I can remember, you've been one of my best friends. You've been the guiding moral compass that I always aspire to be, and I always try to be. And I thank you for that. And Meredith, I'm a tough cookie. I'm like my brother. And I know it wasn't easy coming in to meet, just a stubborn little brother and stuff, especially because I like hanging out with him and spending time. But over the years, I didn't feel like, I was losing my brother. I felt like I was gaining a sister in the process. My parents always talk about, what if Eddie and I were girls, if they had daughters? I don't think we have to, trade off my brother for that. We've gained another member of the family, and now I have a sister. And I just want to say congratulations to both of you. And I don't know how to end the speech, but I love you guys.
I'm Elliot. I want to say a few words about, the bride and groom. I feel like that's the topic of the night. I've known Eddie since 5th grade basketball. I didn't know him when he wore the Horace Grant style glasses, and yet I was still his friend. Think about that. So, I've known Ben and Eileen for a while. They've always looked at me like a second son, the same way I've looked at them like second parents. And so, I felt like it was only necessary for me to talk today. And now I'm really new to giving this toast at a wedding thing. So I decided to consult the internet, just like every good student that I have. And when Wikipedia didn't give me an answer that I was sufficient with, I decided to Google it. And Google sent me to Yahoo, which I found to be interesting because I thought they were rivals. I guess not. So I looked it up, and there are a few steps here. Now, step one, they said, don't wing it. All right? And step two is write something down. Check. Not much, but I did write something down. They told me to practice, which I really just did with my girlfriend Hillary. And then they say, tell one funny story about the bride or groom without involving nudity or drunkenness. So there's one thing that anyone who's ever met Eddie, ever talked to Eddie, ever seen Eddie knows. And that's that he's a passionate guy. And this has always been true of Eddie, whether it's about Israel or about anything. And I think the moment that really sums it up for me was Eddie and I normally would hang out either in his backyard or on my driveway. We'd have a few beers and maybe listen to a Cubs game. And there was one time in my driveway when we were listening to a Cubs game, and the Cubs were, well, the Cubs. And they were losing, and Eddie was not happy with this. And now this moment doesn't normally stick out, except that the next day, and this Eddie doesn't know this part of the story, but the next day, my neighbor across the street came over to my house and said, "Are you okay?" "Yeah." "Is everything okay?" "Yeah." "Well, your friend looked really upset yesterday. Did someone die?" So that's the person Eddie is. He's always been passionate, and I can honestly say, even with the Cubs included, I don't think there's anything he's ever been more passionate about than his new wife, Meredith. So mazel tov to them, and I wish you the best.
Hello to both of you. I'm going to break Elliot's step one. I'm going to wing it. But I just want to say that I had the pleasure of the one to watch Eddie and Meredith's wonderful interview for hours. And Eddie has been like a brother to me for many years. And I've got to watch the man grow up to be the man that he is. And I actually knew Meredith. We went to Israel together before she even met Eddie. And if you asked me if I thought they were actually going to end up together, I just absolutely said no. But I actually lived with Eddie, Eli, and I kind of watched it grow. And it's been amazing. And literally, when I was able to watch these interviews and watch them again and again, it's amazing to see how well they actually work together. And I could not be more proud to be your friend, and I really do consider you guys like family. So congratulations. I'm so glad that this day finally happened, and I was here to see it. So thank you very much, and congratulations.
I'm Jacob. I'm Meredith's brother, her only brother, and I'd like to say that Eddie feels like a brother to me now. And I think there's a story that, while I was not there for, I feel it needs to be passed on because I feel it encapsulates so well our entire family's feelings towards Eddie, and of course towards Meredith. Meredith knows we love her. From what I heard was that there was a certain man named Edith, we'll call him Edith, and he came to my parents' house and had a dinner, and they had some sort of an elaborate plan worked out to ask a certain question about whether my parents were willing to let him marry my beloved sister. And he asked my father, who everyone knows is a very stoic but very, very powerful man. And he asked the question all nervous, and if you know Edith, you know he's a very calm, confident person. And the way he told me the story was that there's a little bit of nervousness going on, which I can't imagine why. And he asked my dad the question, and my dad looks at him, looks him in the eye and says, "Welcome aboard." So I just wanted to say, Eddie, welcome aboard. My dad already said it first, but it's a great saying. And I'm honored to have you in the family.
I did mess up the announcements. I'm very sorry. I've been doing this since I was 15 years old, and I have never made a mistake. But hopefully it's something you can laugh about now. So, sorry about it, Edith.
so sunny, and I'll keep on smooth sailing down shore. I won't waste your time, but if you should ask me why I feel so blind, yes.
We'd just like to have a few minutes to say how happy we are to be here. We're one of seven. Margie is one of 7 girls. We also have names, but we go by numbers. I'm number 2.
Number 3,
Number 4.
number 5, number 6, lucky number 7.
So we also have a family tradition that when you either are born into the family or married into the family, you get a number. It started with my grandfather, Meredith's great-grandfather, who was number 1. So I'm number 2 in the sisters, but I'm number 19 in the family. And so we'd like to welcome Eddie as number 122. So we're very, very happy. Meredith, do you know what your number is?
58.
Meredith's number 58 or somewhere around there. So we're very thrilled. We're very happy. It's been a wonderful occasion, and we're really, really happy. We'd like to say welcome aboard as well.